Hey everyone, it's been a little minute. Oh, my cat wants water. One sec, chat. I hope everyone is good, man. For reading this title, literally, I am, it's Tuesday, the 18th. I'm going to be getting married in 4 days. And I just want to make a little video about it, actually, just speaking about my sort of experience and just what my thoughts and feelings are and emotions are. Sorry I haven't posted in a while. Literally, as you can expect, it's been busy, and I feel like this is like the only sort of, not the only sort of time, but I feel like I've been working on a lot of things, working on myself. If you couldn't tell, I mean, I'm not that big, but you know, we'll get there. But yeah, nah, I'm not in the usual setup. I thought I'd just try something different here. But anyway, let's not crack on with that. But yeah, like I feel like life has become so different in such a positive way. I feel like before, I feel like I used to think it's such a negative way, and if I was in a bad spiral, I'd kind of be stuck in that sort of deep spiral. I think like a mentality shifts. These cats have no respect, man. No shame, no shame at all. Like, do you mind? Anyway, I feel like before like being engaged or being in this relationship I'm in right now, I feel like a lot of the time when something bad happened to me, I would kind of like crumble under that pressure and like let things get to me. But now I feel like I'm at a point in my life where like, you know what, I'm like, you know what, I'm willing to find a way because there's so much more I have to give. And I think like, you know, when you have someone that means so much to you, you really will do the most for that person. And I find myself doing that not just for my partner but for myself, and it's like it's really refreshing that like to see myself like develop into this new profound love for myself, which and dedication that I have and seriousness I have in my life, versus like before I probably wouldn't have had that same sort of mentality because it wasn't like it was just me I was thinking about, but I had no one else that I was sort of responsible for thinking about. But now there's that external thing, and I'm like, okay, there is things that I need to be serious about, I need to consider, and you know, I really just want to be able to do that. And yeah, honestly, like it's been really good. I'm in a very happy place in my life. Like literally, I can't remember like, guys, you see the light in my eyes? Okay, my eyes are pretty red. I just showered, so don't mind. But yeah, like honestly, I'm in a good place mentally. I'm very grateful. And you know what? I'll say something else as well. Like I always say this to people. Marriage was something I never expected to have in my life. I never expected to be in a relationship because of past situations and stuff like that. I never, yeah, I never thought any of this would be happening for me, especially this year. Because literally, bro, I promise you, I was broke beginning of the year, bro. I promise you, I had hardly any money. I was unemployed. I like literally, I was streaming every day. That was my day. That was my day-to-day life. If you guys know, if you guys have been locked in for a long time, and I haven't really been posting too much, but if you guys know, you guys know. Like I was streaming, I was making content every day. I was like on this sort of grind, and but you know, there was like I had no money coming in, and like, you know what I'm saying, like I just had nothing going for myself besides this, and it was crazy, bro. Like that was the beginning of the year, and then you know, like so many blessings started to come. Like then I got a job, and then like I mean, I met my partner before I even got my job. She met me before I even got my job, bro. Imagine, that's crazy. And she was still cool with me, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but that's how you know you have a real one. But anyway, like I literally, bro, I can't even describe it. Like so much changed so fast, and like this all came so quick. I literally didn't expect any of this. But like, bro, I'm telling you, when God has something written for you, it will never stop finding its way to come to you, bro. I swear, my life is a definition of that. I promise you, I had peanuts, bro. At the beginning of the year, I had peanuts. Nothing. I can admit that. admit that, yeah, but like God had other plans and God has blessed me. And okay, granted, sorry, my cat is having cough balls. He coughs out cough balls because old man age and that. But honestly, like, I'll tell you this: God will, if something is meant for you, God will make sure that comes to you. God will make sure that comes to you. You may not be a spiritual or religious person, and that's okay. But I think everything happens for a reason, and if things fall into your life in a certain way, they are meant to be that certain way. And I swear, every step of this process, I prayed, I've done everything that you could think of and more, and everything has just been green, 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 beam. Like, you know what I mean. Nothing could be more positive than it has been, and I'm very grateful. I'm very, very grateful, but I'm also just like, wow, like, how is my life? Like, how is this all happening? Like, how did things change so fast? And you know what? Again, I'm nowhere near where I want to be at all. I still have big aspirations. I still have big things I want to achieve myself. My job, like, cool. My job is cool and stuff, but it's not my end game. It's not everything I want to do in my life. My life isn't my 9 to 5. My life is what I dream to be, and I do want to achieve these dreams that I have. And time will give me that. So time will allow this to unfold. But I feel like, when you feel like you may not have anything in your life, just remember, it's not your job to provide, bro. It's God's job to provide. If you know, you know. It really is God's job to provide. And if you really have like trust in God's plan, if you really put actively the work every single day, and you consistently make an effort in the things that you want, I promise they come to you, bro. Somewhere or another, they come to you. Whether it's through a different person, whether it's through a different career opportunity, whatever it may be, everything comes to you when it's meant to, bro. Everything comes to you when it's meant to. And that is pretty much like the story of my life this last 8 months. I promise you, I feel like my life's been a movie. Like, I feel like my life is genuinely... this cat's about to cut me off. I literally feel like my life has changed in so many ways. I feel a lot more calm, and like, I feel like I'm seeing life from a higher point of view that I never had before. And I don't know how to explain that. But like, I feel like a lot of things just don't feel real to me. I feel like life is kind of just like, I'm just so relaxed with everything. Like, a lot of people, they'll probably be so stressed out with like a wedding coming up. Here I am filming a YouTube video, just expressing myself, but I have no stress in me at all. I don't have any like doubts. I'm just so calm, surprisingly, despite like, again, all these like, marriage is like the biggest thing you could ever have in your life, but I'm so calm, I'm so relaxed, because I realize that like, this world literally is a temporary place, and I follow faith, right? So like, I believe in life after death, and I think as I realize more and more that like, life really isn't like, as much as things happen here in life, this isn't our forever home. This isn't forever. And I just remind myself that like, yes, enjoy the world, because literally life is meant for you to enjoy. You're meant to smile, you're meant to, do things. I'm trying to smile and appreciate things a lot more, but at the same time, this isn't forever. And I try to remind myself of that, like, like, no matter what you achieve, no matter anything you have, you could be the king of kings in this world, you could be a king in a country, you could be the most famous person in the world. 100 years down the line, you'll probably be forgotten. And I think like, that's what makes me so like calm and comfortable with a lot of things, because I realize that like, yeah, it may feel like something in a moment, but in the grand scheme of things, what does it actually mean? So I'm trying to give myself like meaning in my own way, but also make sure that like, I take everything in one step at a time and just enjoy myself. And yeah, I've been trying to enjoy myself a lot more with this process of like getting married. I had my henna night / bendy night like literally 2 days ago, which was fun. Really was enjoyable. Literally getting married this Saturday, wild. But I'm so, literally, you can see I'm like I'm just talking about like I'm, you know what I mean? But yeah, like as is life, I think some things hit you different. Maybe you hit me on the day. Maybe I'll have a whole different energy on the day, but yeah, that's pretty much me. But yeah, honestly, I do wanna. I always say this, and then I'll like take a break, whatever, blah 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 blah. But like, I do hope everyone is doing well, and I do want to get on the consistency path. It's just, yeah, if you can imagine a wedding, it has been busy, and I've been having to do a lot of prep. I've been up and down the country a lot, and but just been trying to do a lot of work on myself, mentally, physically, mentally preparing myself for a big commitment, because like your partner is your responsibility once you get married. So you know, I'm trying to brace myself into this new chapter in my life, and need some mental time for that, and probably I will need a fair bit of adjustment. There'll be a lot of adjusting, and there'll be a lot of new things I adapt to, and new people, new dynamics, all this sort of stuff. I will need to adapt to, but you know, I don't think there's anything in life I can't handle. If I don't think, you know, God doesn't burden his soul more than he can handle. So I feel like I'm in this position because I'm meant to be in this position, and anything onwards from this, I'm meant to be in this position for. So you know, I take I'm gonna take everything with like, you know, God's like blessing, and I will keep marching forward and keep achieving and keep dreaming, man, and just keep never applying the pressure, just stay applying the pressure, you know. But yeah, that is me.